Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. I was not going to make a video today. We're actually leaving for Florida today and I was getting ready and I had some time. Our flight doesn't leave until 6:40 tonight, so we'll leave for the airport around 4:30. So I thought, well, I'm going to come on and I am going to share with you exactly what I have done to my face. Many are speculating that I took almost 5 months off to have some sort of plastic surgery, which I did not. I can tell you, my friends, this is one of those times where I can be absolutely positively sure and say never. I would never cut my face for any reason. If something happened and I was in a car accident and I had to have plastic surgery, that's a totally different thing. But to just go for vanity's sake and cut my face, oh no, I couldn't do it. One, I find it, I would never go under anesthetic for no reason unless it was life-threatening. I really wouldn't. That's just me. So I thought I would come and tell everybody. Let me tell you a little bit of what happened to me and my body during the time that I took off. It was a very stressful time for me, and I lost a tremendous amount of weight. Now, before I had left YouTube, I was working on losing weight in a very slow way so that I could keep it off during my older years. And as you know, a woman going through menopause, you start to accumulate fat in different areas, and it's much harder, but it's not impossible. So at the point that I had left, I had worked off about 11 pounds. And I'm going to do a video about that because I've continued to really change some things that have really proven to work. I think as humans, we fall into, well, there's no, I'm going through menopause. That's what happens. It only happens if we really let it happen. We may not be able to hold off the extra 5 or 10 pounds for the rest of our life, but we can firm and tone always. We don't have to be skinny minis because actually when you're super old or as you age, being a size 0 is not my dream. Being fit and healthy is my dream. So in that time, I lost very drastically. I lost a total of 33 pounds. No way did I need to lose that amount of weight. On top of the 11 that I had tried to lose, 22 pounds fell off of me in a matter of a month. So you can all probably imagine what I looked like. I looked terrible. And unfortunately, as we age and we lose weight, we lose it in our face, along with all of our normal collagen, elastin, and the volume, the stuff that creates the volume in our face. So hereditary genetics, I have jowls. I will always have jowls. When I went to see the cosmetic dermatologist, he said, I'll bet you've had these most of your life. And I have. But when I lost the weight, what happened was all of this just kind of started to really fold over and sag down. So I was feeling really, really, really bad about myself, and that is a very unusual thing for me. So I talked to Lou, and he said, Tammy, you got to do what makes you happy, because I knew that so many, not so many, maybe a handful of people were going to be disappointed, and then there'll be the people that say, oh, you're vain, you're this, you're that. I'm not asking for anybody's opinion. I'm not asking for permission to do whatever I choose to do with my own body, my own life. Anything that involves me and doesn't hurt someone else, it really shouldn't be a concern of someone else, unless you get overboard and you start looking like the Catwoman, okay? We all know that woman they show on the news. Then that's a sickness, okay, in my opinion. So I said, I just don't feel good about myself anymore. So I went, actually I was at my doctor's office and I was talking to her and I was asking her some opinions on certain things. And there's some deer running outside. Bindy's at the kennel already, or she'd be going nuts. So I went to my doctor and I was talking to her about other things, and I happened to say to her, you know, I was thinking about having some Botox and maybe a little fillers here, and she said, what are you waiting for? I said, well, I'm kind of afraid of it. I said, everybody in our area looks like a blowfish. I said, or they don't look good. And she pulled her hair back and she said, do I look like a blowfish? She said, I have fillers everywhere. I have Botox everywhere. I had no idea. So of course I was sold on this particular guy, and I had also run into another woman who had the same guy. So I thought, that's it. So I talked about it with Lou, and I made my consultation. It was a $75 fee for the consultation, and then if you went ahead and did what you wanted, the $75 was refunded to you in material. So I went in, he looked at my face structure, and he said, I said, okay, I want my 11s gone, and we need to do something about this right here. It's driving me crazy. He said, okay. And so he said that, you know, he chose Dysport because he feels that you get a little bit more time out of Dysport. And I remember reading an article, if you're a person who has become, some people they don't respond to Botox after a while. I was reading an article by Dr. Brandt, God rest his soul. I was reading an article, most recent article by him, and he said that Dysport is a really good choice for people who have stopped, where the Botox no longer works for them. They become almost immune to it. Okay, so getting back to it. So he chose Dysport, and I said, okay. And then he said he would put a little bit of filler here, because I told him I do not want these gone, because I don't think it looks natural to have these gone. So he said, okay. And then I said to him, what can we do about the lines around my lips? I don't want fillers put in my lips. And he said, I wouldn't do fillers in your lips anyway, because your lips are proportioned evenly. And so I said, okay. So then, of course, you know, they give me the quote, and I go home and I think about it. And Lou said, Tammy, just do it. And I said, okay. So I made my appointment. I went in, but before I let him touch me, I had taken in probably 4 or 5 pictures of people from Hollywood that I thought looked good. And then I took pictures of Hollywood that I thought looked really bad. And I said, before you begin, I want to make sure that you and I are on the same page as to what looks bad. And I showed him all of the good pictures. And if you were to ask, in my opinion, I think that Kim Basinger still looks good. I think that Cindy Crawford still looks good. Now, I know a lot of people say Cindy Crawford's had too much. I don't think she has. I think she looks really natural. People that have had too much is Melanie Griffith. And, you know, Courtney Cox is pretty good, but she's starting to get a little too much here, in my opinion. But whatever makes her happy is what she should do. And, of course, we all know that Madonna used to go to Dr. Brandt. So, and the last time I saw Madonna on some award show, she was making 55 look really good. But then again, she's in fabulous shape. Okay, and I'm not a Madonna fan. Okay, so we came to the agreement. We knew what looked good, what looked bad. And they don't give you numbing cream or anything. So the girl, his assistant, had a roller that was frozen. And she just rolled it into my Botox, right into my 11s. And he made me squint. And he said, okay, hold it. And he just did 1, 2, 3, 4. He says, I am not a candidate for my forehead at all, because people get heavy foreheads and my eyes will drop down even more. So if you notice, I can still move my eyebrows, my forehead lines are all still there. The only thing that is softened and not totally gone, because if I squint, you can still see my 2 11s, but it softened those lines, and I'm very happy with it. Okay, so this should last about 3 to 4 months. He said that he also could not do my forehead because well, when I squint, these muscles have taken over now to overcompensate for these being a little bit on the frozen side. He said, I have a very dynamic, muscular face. And I said, well, why couldn't I have a very muscular butt and it be dynamic? Right? All of us would like that, right? He laughed and we moved forward. So then he had decided that he could do 4 shots of Botox above my lips. So he did 4 of Dysport. When I say Botox, I mean Dysport. So he did 4 shots above, and then he took Perlane, which is a filler, and he put it right here and a little bit here. So I just have filler right on the side of my mouth to fill that crease in, but it's still there. You can still see I still have lines. And then because it has dropped down so much, he just put a little bit of filler right here. Not even, I think he did maybe 3 little shots on each side of the filler, and that is all I have had done. I have not had any cutting, nothing on the side of my face. My bags are still there. Somebody said, oh, Tammy, oh, well, one comment said, and not that I care, because I truly, at 55 years old, really, we have to do what makes us happy. And someone said, I know what now why you took all that time off, because you've had a lot of work done to your face. You had a lot of plastic surgery. I have not had any plastic surgery. I have not had an abundance of fillers, but I may have more as the years go on. I know I'm always going to do this now, always. And I will always keep these, but because I just think it makes a difference. Although I don't see a huge difference. Lou says I look very fresh, like I've been on vacation for a month, and I just really had a good long rest. So, again, no cutting. My bags are still there. I have stopped wearing concealer underneath my eyes because it just accentuates the bags. However, I am using a new eye serum by SkinCeuticals called AOX, and it's an antioxidant serum that I've been using for about a month and a half, 2 months now, and I really love it. I am going to do an updated skincare because I've changed a lot of my skincare. Well, not a lot of it, but I have added some new things in. And that's another thing. When I went in to see him, he said, how old are you? And he looked on the chart and he said, did you make it at some point in your life? Did you make a conscious effort to stay out of the sun? I said, well, I don't tan my face or my neck. I never have. And he said, because it is very unusual that I have a woman your age coming in here without any sun damage or hyperpigmentation. So, and then I talked to him about some of the things I was doing to my skin, and he said, whatever you're doing is working. You have really great skin. So, taking care of our skin is important. All the Botox and filler, this helps to smooth it out, but and your makeup goes on a little bit nicer because it's not gathering in the lines, but you still got to take care of your skin. That comes first. Because it doesn't matter how much we do and how much makeup we pile on, if the skin's not in good shape, you know it's not going to look good. So anyway, feel free to ask. And oh, it did not hurt. I went in there prepared to really almost pass out. I do have a high tolerance for pain. They did not give me numbing cream. All they did was take that roller thing, they rolled it here, and then they rolled it right here. And she rolled it above my lip before they did it. That was it, and it was just a matter of a few seconds she did it. And it did not hurt at all. For you women out there that get a Brazilian, if you can do a Brazilian, you can do Botox and a little bit of filler, because it does not hurt, in my opinion, at all. Now, I'm not bothered by needles. Those of you that are bothered by needles, my understanding is that the needle for the Dysport and Botox is so fine. And another thing that they don't really use any numbing, because the filler, when they put it in, it has lidocaine in it already, so it kind of numbs it like as if you were at the dentist office. Once it goes in, I guess there's that little bit of numbing effect. I did not bruise at all. I ate a whole pineapple the day before I went for my procedure, and because it has bromelain, which helps to fight against inflammation and bruising. I did swell a little bit here, but it was gone within a couple of hours. I got red here, but I didn't really swell. I did swell here and here. I didn't really swell above my lip. I did not bruise at all. So I'm very happy with it. If you're feeling bad about yourself and you can afford to have this done, you know, find yourself a reputable. I have read many articles on this that you want to go to a cosmetic dermatologist to have injections because they do it more than plastic surgeons. Now, I don't know if you're in your area, you may have a plastic surgeon that does it all the time. In my area, they prefer to use the knife, which I swear to you, my friends, I have not gone under. Okay? No bags were done, no facelift was done, no eye lift, no nothing. Disport per lane. That is it. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. We're anti-aging here. Be happy, be healthy, be beautiful, and most of all, my friends, be lovable. I love you all. BISOUS. Side note, I will always be honest with you about what I'm doing to my face. Because you all know that I waited a very long time to do this. I hemmed and hawed and really had no intention. He even said to me, why did you wait so long? Because my 11s will never totally go away because the lines are so deep. I will always be honest with you because I do an anti-aging channel and I do not want you to think that some miracle cream just took my 11s away. I will always be honest. Even if I, which I never will, you went under the knife, I would tell you. I would record the whole thing for you. Okay? We'll see ya. Take care. Bye-bye.